Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Coming in to put a lick on it was Levante David.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play action now. Winston. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Levante David. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. They'll get it inside the 20, and they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Brady. His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run here with Bernard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity if it breaks.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Buccaneers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and it's now 14-0. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're good at training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway. On 3rd down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive. Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Winston. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first. Kamara up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 107 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Brady to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Running left, it's Fournette. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, this is Kamara, and he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Joe Tryon there to make the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Going up top. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 124 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Brady. Caught on the slant. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On play action, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Winston. Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They run it again with Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 24, Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
No, 66.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three yards remain for 2nd down.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Shift. Rim.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And I think there defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
on 2nd and 9. Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Brady going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense got crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 144 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Winston. And that's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not an inning rush offensively. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Alontae Taylor just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A handoff to Fournette. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my part.